If our resources, experiences, and sense of meaning all fit together, then we can approach life's challenges like they're something to figure out, rather than burdens that we have to endure. What if we're mistaken, and our assumptions about health and disease are wrong? Well, with healthcare expenditures globally at $10 trillion nearly, or 10% of the world's GDP, maybe it's time for us to rethink our healthcare paradigm. So the current way of thinking about health is called pathogenesis. Pathos in Latin means suffering, and genesis means the creation of, or the start. So the focus of research and treatment is to find the risk factors and causes of disease and dealing with those. In pathogenesis, a person is either healthy or sick. That's it. But this type of thinking is like saying, well, if you're not in financial debt, then you're okay. That can't be right. There's a lot of physical stresses, psychological stresses, and germs that we're exposed to on a daily basis. And on the financial side, there's a lot of money we have to spend on a daily basis just to survive. You can't tell me that I'm okay if I'm constantly at risk of being sick or in financial debt. In the 1970s, at around the same time as resilience research was born, an Israeli-American named Aaron Antonovsky thought of a different scenario. Instead of saying that a person is either healthy or sick, let's say that this is where there are no signs and symptoms, and that this is a continuum of sickness or financial debt. Can we build on the other side health wealth to buffer us against the costs of daily living? Antonovsky called this approach salutogenesis. Salute being Latin for health and genesis being the creation of. So the question, based on this way of thinking of health, is how can we create capacity for more health? Now, his answer to this question is coherence. He says that if our resources, experiences, and sense of meaning all fit together, then we can approach life's challenges like they're something to figure out, rather than burdens that we have to endure. This makes sense. But Antonovsky was a researcher of specific diseases. He was neither a clinician, nor was he a researcher of general adversity, like the resilience researchers. So the sense of coherence doesn't really account for situations in which trauma shatters a person's belief system. How do we grapple with rebuilding a new belief system, or being able to hold two different belief systems at the same time? Regardless of this discrepancy between salutogenesis research and resilience research, the fundamental question is the same. How do we build capacity to absorb daily stresses so that they don't become an adversity or trauma? The implications of this question are that we become more active participants in our health, and we're more aware of the effects of our resources and environment on our health. So we're not just focusing on our diet, exercise, and relaxation. The world wouldn't need to spend as much money on healthcare. So we could put it to somewhere else where it's needed, like poverty, crime, and social justice.